David, it was great to see you. It was a quick turnaround from yesterday, so I hope you
Certainly
got some
is.
rest.
Yeah, well, I got a good sleep, that's for sure. Yeah.
That's good. After a good result, what were your reflections on yesterday? It was, I guess, a bit of a stop-start game. I know you described it as some parts of it being like you could have done a little bit more in those parts, but overall, happy with the performance?
Yeah, probably in my waking up this morning, I didn't have a sort of different feeling, but really pleased that we got a victory. It's a good start to the group. And like anything else, you know, you play games in Europe, and quite often we've got the Premier League teams that are always big favourites. But as you can see, that it doesn't always work out that way. So look, happy to get off to a good start in the group. We've got difficult games in our group with Freiburg and Olympiacos to play. So hopefully last night's result will go in the right way to helping us qualify from the group.
Yeah, you got quite good, I guess, outstanding performances within that squad. But I wanted to ask you about Mohamed Kudus starting his game, getting a goal. You must be pleased with him, and he was, in high spirits after the game. Really
pleased that he's made a big contribution already. And look, he's still getting used to us. We're getting used to him, as we said, many times about new players coming to the Premier League. Some settle in very quickly, some take a bit of time. We're going to give more of that opportunity, and hopefully that we get the player that we've brought in. And he made a good contribution last night.
Someone else, I guess, that made a great contribution and who has seemed to settle in quite well is James Ward-Prowse. He scored 2 goals and provided 5 assists in his 5 appearances across all competitions for West Ham so far. Seems to be an integral part of the squad already.
He has. He's settled in brilliantly well. I probably felt that he had the best chance of settling in quickly because of his Premier League experience. He's captained Southampton for a long time, been involved with England squad over different periods. So I did expect him to settle in a lot quicker. But bringing him was always a chance that could he give us some goals and assists, which he had done for many years at Southampton, and he's certainly done that. He started really well for us, settled in great. Sort of Mark Noble type player for us in many ways in what he brings to the team. And but I've got to say, as everybody knows, his deliveries, etc., are very effective.
Got a bit of a different game against Liverpool coming up this week. In terms of, I guess, how Liverpool have been this season, there've been a lot of comebacks. We saw that most recently in their game in Europe, and you had that experience yesterday of having to come back and really work hard as a team. How important is it to get ahead of Liverpool from the get-go and just really be on that fight from the beginning?
Well, by the way, it's as you rightly said, some teams have got ahead of Liverpool, but Liverpool have pegged them back. Liverpool's always been an incredibly difficult game. It really has. The crowd, the stadium play a big part in trying to get a result at Anfield. But I think over recent seasons we've tended to give them a pretty good game. We've tried to do that. We've tried to make the game tough for them to get anything out of it. Some games we've done okay, some not so good. So we'll try and give them a really good game, and obviously we know we're playing against a great side, and we have to go and show what we can do.
Lovely. And just lastly from me, I wanted to ask you about an update on Jesse Lingard. How has he been fitness-wise? I know he's been training with the club for well over a month now, and most recently you said you were quite pleased with how he's been in terms of getting back to the old Jesse, is what you said.
Yeah, I think Jesse's starting to get himself back. He's had the best part of a month now, like pre-season work, and involved in a lot of the football. So he's doing well. We've got no real update to give you from what we said before. We're happy to try and get Jesse in the right condition.
Lovely, thank you. Best of luck.
Hi David. Just injuries. Are there any other updates for Sunday?
No, Jared Bowen's had a virus, and we'll need to see how he is for the weekend. The others, I'm thinking at the moment we see okay. Aaron Creswell come off a little bit of hamstring, so we'll need to check him out today. He'll get scanned today. I think apart from that, we're probably just a bit okay.
And just on last night, the first half an hour, I think you had 85% possession.
Yeah.
Which is not something I think Liverpool would be as generous in doing on Sunday, and likewise Manchester City last weekend. How do you transition between such different kinds of games when they're so close together?
Well, it's something which we're hoping to have said in nearly all my press conferences recently. We're trying to get more possession. We want to be better with the ball. There'll be some games that'll be harder to have it, and some games we'll get more of it. Last night was one of the games we had much more of it. But from that point of view, we have to learn how we turn that into opportunity, chances, you know, scoring. And I didn't think we'd done it well enough in the first 20, 30 minutes. Well, quite good in the first 20 minutes or so, but after that, it wasn't quite so good. But yeah, it's a part of the game that we're trying to improve on greatly. We're working to retain the ball better, not to turn it over as often. So winning is a real important thing, you know, whether you have possession or whether you don't. And in a lot of games we've not had a lot of possession, but we've won the games. And last night was a game where we did have a big part of that, where we had the ball, we just didn't use it as well as we should have done.
You had to work a bit harder than I think maybe a lot of people were expecting last night. But I guess a positive for you is that Liverpool also did as well last night.
Well, what I would say is that if MD was expecting any games to be, I'd never use the word easy, if MD was expecting the games to be a bit easier than others, you know, it just doesn't happen. The games, all the games you have to win, you have to play well, you have to do the right things all the time. So that was it. But we're now in this Thursday-Sunday football situation now, which Liverpool are in also. So it's you know, it just changes your thoughts a little bit. You have to maybe make a few more changes than you would like to do because of it. So we got off to a great start. That's what I'm happy about.
Just on Liverpool, I wonder what you made of their start to the season. Obviously, last year a little bit underwhelming as far as their expectations are concerned. But do you feel, I know it's quite early on, that they are a side that can potentially challenge Manchester City for you know, the title?
Of course they can, and you know, people say that we've made a good start to the season. Look how good a start Liverpool have made as well. If you thought they've been winning games, maybe not as cleanly as maybe they would like to do it, but overall they've had a good start. They're steady. They're introducing new players into their squad and into their team. So very much like ourselves. So it's still a work in progress for us. Liverpool, other people will be able to comment better about Liverpool than I can. But from a distance, they look as if they're beginning to get back into their best form.
Just lastly from me, I think your own personal record, I don't believe you've won at Anfield as a manager before, which is the case for quite a lot of managers. But I'm just wondering, is that something that plays on your mind when you go there as an away side?
No, I've had a lot of good draws at Anfield over my career. Finished above them a couple of times when I was manager of Everton. So finishing above Liverpool Football Club's never been an easy thing because of their level. So hoping I can try and do it this year.